Hi everyone, and we are back with a very unique game जिसका नाम है The Stanley Parable. तो बिना देरी करे let's start.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
बताओ सही में.
Others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
अरे ऐसे कोई बताओ ये भी कोई जॉब.
And then one day something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. So we are playing as Stanley. Got it. है स्टैनली, तुझे फायर तो नहीं कर दिया इन लोगों ने? रिसेशन चल रहा है और तुझे फायर कर दिया है.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
वो सब ठीक है, दरवाजा किसने बंद कर दिया? मीटिंग रूम, पेपर वगैरह फैल रखे हैं सब जगह. चलो.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
अच्छा ऐसा क्या? एक मिनट.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
हाँ, मुझे एडमायर करना था.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
कॉफ़ी चाहिए भाई, कॉफ़ी.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
अरे भाई बेइज्जती कर रहा है तो चलो
But
चलते हैं.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
ऐसा? Nopes.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh my God. आज लग रहा है मैं स्टैनली को जॉब से निकाल के ही रहूँगा अगर स्टैनली बच भी गया था तो. ये डोर से नहीं जा सकते हैं. चलो. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. ऐसा है. एक मिनट, पेनल्टी फॉर जंपिंग ऑफ द कार्गो लिफ्ट $5,000 या $5,000 कौन देगा अगर मैं कूद जाऊंगा तो?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
ऐसा है?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
ओह, लालच
This is
दे
it,
रहा है मुझे
Stanley.
लड़की का.
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Really?
Really?
और अगर मैं यहाँ से कूद जाऊं तो? What if? अरे जब ये लिफ्ट चल रही थी तब मैं वहाँ कूद सकता था. चलो कोई बात नहीं, अभी यहाँ से ही चलते हैं. अंधेरे वाला रूम.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
ऐसा है क्या? पर पिक करूं कैसे मैं फोन? Four two seven.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Oh, bhai.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
Oh my god! Even though it's from... Oh my god!
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
भाई ऐसा कौन करता है? और ये कौन
This
है?
is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
नहीं 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 नहीं. Good morning, employee 427. Press G on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Please press P. प्रेस ही नहीं करूंगा मैं. नोप्स. कर भाई कुछ. Okay.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Please press V. मैं समझ रहा हूँ तुम लोग क्या कर रहे हो मेरे साथ. I can understand, but मुझे कुछ इंटरेक्ट करने का ऑप्शन ही नहीं दे रहे तुम लोग. चलो ठीक है भाई, अब तो बेइज्जती कर ही दी उसने. सुन लेते हैं क्या बोलेगा.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Oh, watch TV. कहाँ से देखेंगे? P.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
इसमें excitement जैसा क्या है? Spend time with the boys. Always.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press R to prepare dinner. Got it.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Really?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Tell your wife you love her. Okay.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
ऐसा है क्या? चलो.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
नहीं, अब तो तूने बोला है, अब तो मैं push करूँगा.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
हे भगवान.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
अरे What happened? क्या मेरी चॉइसेस गलत थी? क्या हुआ? ओके. अरे भाई.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
ओके. चलते हैं. रिपीट हो रहा है सब कुछ.
When Stanley came to a set of
Welcome
two open
back.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
ऐसा क्या है लेफ्ट डोर में? क्या दिखाना चाहता है ये मुझे? ना हम फिर से राइट
This
से
was
जाएंगे.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow.
चलो यहाँ से जल्दी से निकल जाते हैं.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
पहले मुझे एक चीज ट्राई करनी है.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
मुझे उधर जाना है.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all
अरे
this
तू
time.
डिस्ट्रैक्ट मत कर भाई. मुझे
There's
वहाँ
someone
कूदना
you've
है.
been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
ऐसा है
let me
क्या?
prove
चलो.
it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
ओके. न्यू जगह पे आ गए हम. नाइस.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Why would I walk through the red door? दोनों सेम लग रहे हैं एकदम. वहाँ पे भी 2 पाइप है, वहाँ पे भी 2 पाइप है. नहीं.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley
What?
walked
सही में?
through the red door.
नहीं. मैं ब्लू से जाऊंगा.
I still don't think we're communicating properly.
Oh,
Stanley walked
man.
through the red door.
अरे ब्लू डोर पीछे रख दिया.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want
Yes.
to find out what lies at the end of this road you've
Yes.
chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
मैं वापस जा सकता. कैन आई गो बैक? शायद दरवाजा बंद हो गया था. उप्स. ओके, कोई बात नहीं.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms,
ऐसा था क्या?
exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not
हमें
think
तो
I
मजा
put
आया
a lot
ना.
of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work
Yes.
with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
सही में. नहीं, हम अब लेफ्ट जाएंगे.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
ऐसा है. ठीक है. मैंने लेफ्ट चूज कर लिया.
Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even
अरे
try.
पहले हम उधर पहुंचे थे.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
वापस भेज दिया मुझे इधर. अब क्या चाहता है ये मेरे से? आई डोंट नो. चलो, अगर मैं वापस लेफ्ट जाऊंगा तो.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
सही में?
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the
Okay.
button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep
Really?
notes on your experience.
अरे भाई, दिस इज वेरी अनोइंग भाई. जा भाई, तू जा.
You heartless bastard.
अरे हार्टलेस की क्या बात है इसमें?
Babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't
Exactly.
think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
अब क्या दे दिया इसने?
Aha!
Oh.
Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
जी नहीं, I am not a
That
pervert.
must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Yes, ये तो मुझे भी देखने की इच्छा है. Cool. कुछ होएगा अब? ओ उधर से जा सकता हूँ नीचे. Let's go then. कितनी मस्त जगह आ रखा है.
No, it can't be.
क्या हो गया? What happened?
It is. It's an open world game. Good God,
Yay.
quickly block it off. Oh, thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big
Yeah,
open,
that thing.
just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any.
जाना है मुझे उधर.
We avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
ये परेशान कर रहा है मुझे.
I think this will be just the thing.
नहीं.
Wonderful. See,
Rocket
this is
League?
exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't
Damn.
any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Interesting.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
ओके, मैं ब्लू की साइड से खेलूंगा. चलो.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better
Yes,
than my
it is
miserable
fun.
little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley,
बहुत
I have
fun है.
thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out.
Yay.
Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Okay. Bro, what are you trying to prove? ऑल्दो मज़ा आ रहा है मुझे तो आई डोंट केयर।
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
वो ब्लू
You
पे जा रही
having
है।
fun?
नहीं 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 नहीं
Is
नहीं
this
नहीं
a
नहीं।
real video game? Well, I sure hope
इनको
you're
नहीं
having
जाने
a good
दूंगा।
time, because guess what? It's over. That's right.
क्यों?
Your little
मजा आ
fun
रहा
comes to an
था।
end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
छोड़ के चला गया मुझे नाराज हो गया मुझसे। नरेटर। क्या होगा अगर मैं इस होल में कूद जाऊंगा, या थोड़ी देर वेट करूं? नरेटर, वेयर आर यू? चल कूद जाते हैं।
Hold on. What are you doing?
I am doing something.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How
Oh.
will you write a story without
Yes.
me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
यस, मैं भाग जाऊंगा यहाँ से। ओ, कहीं गिर गया। ओके, दरवाजा बंद है यहाँ पे। दिस इज क्रीपी। ओके, इधर से जाना होगा। हाँ, लाइट लाइट की तरफ जाते हैं। अभी मुझे ऐसी फीलिंग आ रही है एकदम से डराने वाला है मेरा नरेटर। कुछ नहीं हुआ। हो,
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it, down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
तो एंड हो गया गेम? क्या हुआ? ओके, तो आई थिंक दिस गेम हैज़ मल्टीपल एंडिंग्स और हमने शायद 2 एंडिंग कंप्लीट कर ली। ओके गाइस, तो मुझे लगता है कि हमने 2 एंडिंग्स फाइंड कर ली हैं इसकी। आई डोंट नो कितनी एंडिंग्स है टोटल इसमें, बट आज के लिए इतना ही। नेक्स्ट वीडियो में देखते हैं। काफ़ी फन गेम था ये। चलो फ्रेंड्स, तब तक के लिए
खत्म। बाय बाय, टाटा, गुड बाय, गया।